This is an interactive workshop, so we want you to get involved and enjoy yourself. And this is for you. This is for you guys. We put this together for you guys so that when you walk out of here, you walk out of here enlightened and confident. So you'll know what your rights are and you'll know what to do when you come across any law enforcement or any confrontational situation. So this is for today. I want you to get this information and run with it.
Is a certified criminal defense specialist and is a former police officer and narcotics investigator. Prior to getting his law degree, Mr. Johnson honed his legal skills while working in the Philadelphia District Attorney Office. Attorney Shaka M is the only recognized defense attorney in the Philadelphia area certified as a narcotics expert by the Philadelphia Court of Common Pleas. Shaka M. Johnson's law practice also includes a subspecialty for crimes involving forensic analysis. Having received his master's degree in forensic medicine from the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, Mr. Johnson gained his experience in the field working in the Montgomery County Coroner's Office, assisting in the performance of autopsies. Prior to obtaining his Juris Doctorate from Rutgers Camden School of Law, Shaka M. Johnson was a police officer. In addition to his private practice, Mr. Johnson teaches criminal investigations-based classes at Cheney University of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. These are highlights of Shaka M. Johnson's experience. Former district attorney for the city of Philadelphia, 10 years of law enforcement experience, 7 years as a police officer, 4 years as a narcotics detective specializing in surveillance and undercover operations, the only member of both the SWAT team and narcotics division simultaneously recognized as expert witnesses for narcotics-related cases, Master of Science in Forensic Medicine degree from Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, experienced death investigator, certified crime scene investigator, police trained.
I don't want to know how yet, but if you've ever been stopped or part of a group that's been stopped or even talked to by the police, can I see you by a show of hands? All right. So, a little higher. So, who are you when you got stopped by? I see you.
I said, yes, you're supposed to do it.
Okay. But if you know you haven't done anything, right? And you know I'm just on the way to the store to get some cereal. I'm going my way to mind my business. I don't want to be, say it again? I don't want to be harassed, because that's how I feel like, right? I don't want to be harassed. So it's easy to say in this academic sense, right? In this academic forum, right? We're all here to talk and learn and build off each other. So it's easy to say that here. But when you're out there, it's a little different, right? You got the pressures of the world. I got a test tomorrow. All right, you see, I run in the store. Okay, hey you, come over here. What you want now? Like, see, and we get a little in our feelings. Would you agree? What's your name, young man? Ephraim. So how do we survive that event when we're already dealing with the harassment component? Do you agree about the harassment component? That we feel harassed at the outset? Do you agree that we feel that way?
Yeah.
What if you fix the flag or the description that there's a reason why the police officer stopped?
Listen, did everybody hear that?
Yeah.
You heard that? Okay. Did you hear that, young lady?
Huh?
No, not you. Your friend with the bad weed. Did you hear that? I'm messing with you because you was laughing. You made me. You made me. Did you hear? Did you hear what? Sir, say it again for me, please.
I said the first you fix the flag for the description of somebody that they looking for.
It fits the flash or the description.
Racial profiling.
Say, ho. Say it again.
Racial profiling.
All right. This gentleman here, right, said if he fits a description, Ephraim, so I should feel less harassed because there's a legitimate reason, is what you're getting at, right, sir?
Yeah.
You're saying there's a legitimate reason, so Ephraim, I should not feel as emotionally invested. They should just go along with the program to survive the event and not feel harassed. That's what you're saying, right?
Now I'm not saying feel harassed, but I mean hopefully there's a legitimate reason.
Correct. Now,
You know,
there may be a legitimate reason why.
Correct.
Okay.
It may be.
Now, your name, young lady?
Vita.
Vita. Vita brought up an interesting notion. Vita said there's this whole thing about racial profiling, right? So let's talk about that. What is the description or the profile in your neighborhood? So that's everybody in the room, right? Okay, next. Well, no, let's say, give me an age range.
Like early 20s.
Early 20s, but you range. Say between, would I be fair to say between 16 and 20? Right? That's potentially everybody in the room, right? And if you're not 16, you're 15, but close enough. Say 5, 6 or so, maybe 120 to 140 pounds. That's everybody in the room, right? And if you throw black male in there, the only thing you've done is taken out the women and made it all the men in the room. Am I accurate so far? It's all the men in the room. Now, your turn, go.
Is in the summertime, I won't wear white t-shirt and I won't wear blue jeans because that's always the flash. In the wintertime, blue jeans and a hoodie.
Right. Now, we're going to get right to that. And that dovetails you about... Yeah? What did you hear him say?
Pants and hoodie.
And then in summertime, what did he say? What summertime? White tee, blue jeans, right? So, is it safe to call that a uniform?
Yeah.
Is it safe to call it a uniform? Right? And what's the purpose of a uniform? For identification purposes, right? So when you go into a store and you're looking for help, and you're looking there, you're standing there, nobody's approached you, you want to know who works here. What's the first thing you start looking for? Who got a uniform? But Mike will not experience the same thing you do, right? Because another cross population is age. It just is. The police are very likely to deal with you out the gate with some additional respect that they won't with this young man right here. You don't have to open your mouth. You don't have to open your mouth. When they approach, they'll speak to him in a much more coarse and harsh fashion than they'll speak to you out the gate, giving some honor to your age, right? And some, divvying some, and maybe it's not even due, right? But they'll give you some respect based on your numbers. The problem is, he doesn't get that. He doesn't get that. And so, they walk around with a little bit more in their chest than you, or maybe me, as I transition from one group to the next group at my age. You get what I'm saying? They don't get that. They don't get that. Every young male in this room, say hello, fella. You with me? Every young male in this room, what's your name? Jalen? Jalen, let me ask you. Sir, you never been stopped by the police?
I've been stopped. I thought you was talking to the youth.
I know you were the next bracket. You're the next bracket. But let me ask you this. Any police interaction that you've had at all, right? Any police interaction that you've had, of the people who raised their hand, how many of those were pleasant? Meaning they spoke to you with the respect you thought you deserved. The camera, I'm not sure if it's capturing, not one young man raised their hand. How many of you, if I'm going to go another way, thought that they talked to you out of pocket? Just, and I'm talking about from the word go, from the time they began the interaction. I know you raised your hand on some of those incidents, right? Right? So, we ain't gonna do no like this wrestling, right? So, I know you said that you had times you deal with the police, they come to you wrong out the gate. You raise your hand on those questions, right? Profanity, sometimes they don't, sometimes it's just their mannerism. How do you respond? Just like the gentleman there said, because you have, I would say, 3 seconds to disarm them verbally, of course I'm speaking of, right? And get that situation going this way and not this way. What do you do? For starters. And remember, it's subtleties, right? It's subtleties. What do you do for starters? I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm coming to you right now, Mike. Listen, I got a knee injury. Volunteering information, and I'm not a fan of talking to the police, generally speaking. I'll be very clear about that. But volunteering that sort of benign information, right? Unsolicited, can go a very long way in letting the officer think I got somebody here who's not trying to cause me a problem. Now, the next thing you could have done is just like just that move right there. Before he tells you. Before he even, because he's going to say, hands out your pockets for me. He's going to say. So, before he goes there, you meet him there, right? Sometimes we have a very natural disposition, like very natural, just to sort of go. And so it's not uncommon that he would even try to go back to his pockets, just because that's our natural stance. You just got to try not to do it. All right? Is there anything else anybody thinks? Is anything else Cool J over here could do?
Yes.
What else could he do? Mike?
Couldn't stay cool and stay calm and say yes sir, no sir. That's the end of it.
Now listen. There's a little bit of, here's the H word, right? Now here's the H word. It took me a long time to learn this word. Over 35 years to learn this word, right? Law enforcement. It took me more than 3 decades, no, more than 4, to really grasp this concept in any kind of meaningful way. It will carry you far in life, in your relationships, at work.
Down there in Germantown for 15 years, and that job is a daily job, and I got tired of doing it, and I was ready to do something different. And even at that time, it wasn't becoming a police officer. Again, that was the last thing on my mind. But it wasn't until a police officer came into the supply house and buy some supplies and told me about policing and got me interested. I said, well, I'll try it out. And I did that at the age of 36. And 16 years later, I'm still a police officer. And I enjoy the job. It's a good job. And I enjoy it. Now, you guys may have questions concerning police and what we do. And I'll do my best, try my best to answer whatever questions you may have. However, before I do that, I will share with you this. I have had 2 encounters with the police before I was a police officer. I had 2 encounters with the police. My friend that was in the backseat moving all around, saying we didn't do anything wrong. They could have easily pop, and we could have been seriously injured or dead. And guess what? We'd have been innocent. So I understand what you guys, I understand. And it was a black man, and of course I'm a black man. I said, oh. I said, well, he was taking me to the 3rd Fifth District to be ID'd by the victim. My concern was, well, I know I didn't do it. I know it wasn't me. I didn't get an officer on to do it. I know it wasn't me. My concern was, with this woman, this person is going to think that I'm the one that did it, and I didn't. That was my concern. But again, I thank God that she was honest and said, no, I wasn't the one. I never saw who she was. They put me in front of the window, turned around, and I saw one of the detectives